Good Friday morning, everybody.
Good Friday, girl. Girl, girl, girl. It's been a week. It
It
has
has
been
been
a
a
week. A lot can change in a week. Let me just say that. I mean, at the
yes,
beginning of the week, you didn't even know if you were going to be going to college game day, and now
I
tomorrow
know.
we're going to be leaving to college game day.
Yeah, tomorrow, if you weren't aware, college game day is happening at UT Austin, Austin Hook 'em Horns. So, we are going to be making the drive early Saturday morning.
This is what teamwork looks like. Okay, so I'm a diehard college football, and college game day fan. Like, it doesn't matter.
hmm
I am anti Longhorn fan. But this is what teamwork looks like. Mikayla has never, ever been to a college game day. Mikayla was really never, I mean, she knew teams and stuff, but Mikayla wasn't really into
Yeah, not at
college
all.
football at all.
Football in general.
Well, football in general. So we in the past 7, 8, 9 months have
hmm
gotten her grown into liking football and being just
hmm
a part of it. But now I have to show her what college game day looks like for real, in real time. And I am so excited, except that, and I'm just going to touch on this for a minute. I told Mikayla that I would. In case you didn't know, I'm no longer with the Tritons. I've picked up with the Harrisburg Stampede, which is another National Arena Football League.
The
And
best thing about this, the best thing about this.
So God has a way of making people humble themselves because of opportunities and things. And so, long story short, I realized after pretty much all the deals had been made that I have to learn how to say horns up.
Yeah,
Or
baby.
so I will be amongst a sea of those tomorrow, in the morning
So
at college
she
game
will
day.
learn.
Mm. Ugh.
It's gonna be the
So
greatest thing
shout
ever.
out to Harrisburg Stampede. This Texas girl is going to learn how to say horns up in Pennsylvania when I go visit, because here those are curse words to a Sooner fan. So, okay, next thing. What else are we going to talk about?
Well, real quick, game day is not the only thing happening in Austin this weekend. There's also F1 racing,
Oh,
which is
yes, I
super exciting.
actually, yes, 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 yes. So, one of my guy friends and his wife are into racing, and he's actually there already. And I was peeping his social media because he's into the racing, car racing, all of
I
that.
wanted to go so bad.
Well, I mean, we might have to,
Well,
but we
no,
got to get
because
back
tickets are
for Willie Nelson.
expensive.
I mean, yeah, but we got to get back for Willie Nelson, and we got to get back
That's
for the
true.
game. And I mean, so
That's true.
there's just a lot I can't handle much more on my plate for the week. I need to just shut my brain down. So that's coming Sunday. But yes, racing. Maybe we'll figure
Yeah.
out a way, girl. Maybe we'll figure out a
I don't
way.
know. I will say though, Oscar, I can never say his last name. He drives for McLaren. He
Mhm.
visited the Longhorn Stadium today.
Darrell Royal Stadium.
Yeah, DKR. Yeah,
Hmm.
DKR.
Hmm.
He visited today. He saw the Golden Hat, which is in its rightful place. Saw the stadium and everything. So it was really cool to kind of have a mix of like F1 and football
Yeah.
in one. It's
Austin's gonna be
exciting.
crazy this weekend. I need you to mentally prepare your brain.
Girl, I've been to ACL. That is the crazy
Oh,
thing.
oh,
So
oh!
I
I have not
thrive
gone
in
to
that
ACL for
environment.
that very reason.
I
As much as
thrive in
I,
that environment.
oh, oh, yeah, I'm gonna be the one carrying a chair on my back, saying, "Let's just sit down. You can go walk around. I'll be right
I'll be
here."
right here.
So,
So
okay, what else? Oh, girl, Tom
yeah,
Brady.
like why? First of all, the fact that he now is owner of a football team is enough like weirdness to begin with. But he played for the Patriots,
That is
which
correct.
is East Coast.
Correct.
He now owns a he now owns the Las Vegas Raiders, which is a West Coast team. And
That is
this just it baffles me. Like if he, first of all, if he has that much money to buy a team, why wouldn't you go buy the Patriots, which is the team that you played for?
Because they probably don't need the leadership that the Raiders have experienced and needed. So I was never a Tom Brady fan. I have my personal reasons, but I'm not here to judge. I'm one of those that is like, I have my reasons not to. However, in the past few years, he's kind of started to grow on me. I'm going to be honest, a little bit, not a lot.
Not a lot, but a little.
Yeah, I mean, like everybody has their own ways. I think his I think him stepping in to purchase the Raiders
Raiders.
and become the owner, I think that that says a lot about his love of football, that he's willing to take the skill sets that he has and the leadership abilities
And
he
apply them to
has
this
and put
team.
it into a team. Raider Nation is a hardcore nation. I have never
Oh,
been.
I know.
It is like their quote is, "We may not win the game, but we'll win the fight." I mean, because they're just that
Yeah, they're that
into it,
gritty.
right? And here we are, Cowboy fans. Howdy, y'all! It's like it's totally too different. So him taking over that, because Raider Nation is such a big thing, I think that is awesome. It takes a lot for me to admit when I'm wrong, but I want to say I have been wrong in the past when I've said that he's probably not the greatest of all time, and I think that he probably is, and that but that comes with a little asterisk
A
on
little
it.
asterisk.
Yeah, for some of them games that I think that maybe there was a little cheating going on. But that's the past. I need you to fix the Raiders, and we're gonna leave it at that. So yeah, Raider
That's
Nation
crazy.
got Christmas early.
They did. They really did. That's exciting. Well, I feel like I'm getting Christmas early here in Corpus. Um, Corpus Christi is getting a professional soccer league, like
Yeah.
a legit USL soccer expansion
Yes.
team.
Yes, 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 yes.
Your
Yes,
girl is excited.
but
Like,
that's so good for Corpus. And if they can make it work, and if they can get the girls that are here that like yourself that were raised playing soccer, if they can get them
mhm.
to the game so that they can see.
Oh, I'm gonna be buying season tickets.
You
I'm
Maybe we
ten.
need to get you in the door over there too. Do be right there with those professional players.
You act like I haven't already sent an email.
Oh, my girl. I love
I am
it.
on top of it. I have not gotten a reply yet, but I've sent the email.
Give it time, but that's good.
Uh,
Yeah. But like I said, just like football in communities, it's soccer will
yeah.
build that brand for
Oh,
real.
100%. And
And
soccer is just a huge sport in general here in the city because
mhm,
it's like the one thing I feel like every single little kid played
right.
was soccer. So it's fantastic news. It's exciting. On top of that, they're building a whole new complex, which is like a $28.3 million development.
What?
Yeah. So it's going to be called the Corpus Christi Sports Complex. It's gonna include a 5,000 seat modular multi-sport stadium. So it's not just gonna be for soccer. It's gonna be just like just for whatever sport that comes in. So it's an investment group. It's gonna be a 46-acre complex, which actually began construction in December of 2023 and is expected to be completed in 2025. Um,
How
don't doesn't say
exciting is that though for Corpus?
it's I'm like honestly like giddy. It's gonna include eight multi-use fields, a go-kart racing track, and an office space.
I love it. I love
Like
it.
this
Corpus.
is what we need.
Yeah, it is what we need. And there's a lot of things that Corpus needs, and there's a lot of things that Corpus tries, or things try to come to Corpus, and it doesn't always work out for the best. But I believe that professional soccer players would serve a good purpose of a
Oh,
team here
100%.
in this community, especially for those children. Like you said, a majority of them play soccer.
Yeah.
So if they can see that if they will hone their skills and work to where they want to be, they can go to college here, play soccer,
Yeah.
continue on and be like that. And it's just so important to me.
It
I just
really
really,
is.
I think that a lot of times we overlook the bigger picture, and that is how are we impacting our future? If we're giving it in today to the youth, we're impacting our future tomorrow, which is a good thing. So
But
I am down. If you get the holla, we'll especially if you talk to someone, I would love to talk to them and let
yeah.
them share what they're looking to bring, and even as women, us sticking together. Hopefully it's female ownership. Do we know?
So I want to say yes. I just it was a name and I just lost it. Um, but also I just think in general that having a complex here designed specifically for the sports is going to be such a huge thing because we don't really have like a sports complex. Like we have the American Bank Center, but it's not a sports complex and it's an
Right,
event center.
right,
And while yes, like the Ice Rays play there and Tritons played there, there's not anything like
right.
that
Multiple, yeah.
is yeah. Uh, it doesn't say. I thought it did. It does not say. Um,
Well, that's exciting. That is
yeah,
exciting. Hopefully, the community will get behind it, and support it, and support the team, and support the girl. We got to make some connections. I'm just saying. I mean,
I know.
we know how to make that. That's fun. That's the fun stuff. So,
Yeah,
congratulations to to them for
yeah.
making it happen in the coastal.
Being awarded, yeah, that's a huge honor.
Yes,
Um,
kind of like the
so
honor of Bass Pro Shop coming.
oh yeah,
I mean, Corpus is
that's
hopping, y'all. I'm
we're
just saying.
growing.
We are growing slowly, but we are growing.
We're getting a Five Below in Corpus and not in Cal Allen.
Can we talk about that for a minute? I love that store.
I know, me too. I'm so excited.
That's why I don't even ever go, because
It's in
I don't,
Cal Allen.
number one, it's in Cal Allen, which it's not that big of a deal, except that it won't be $5 or $10 that I spend.
It'll be like, yeah, no, it's
And
bad.
then I get home and I'm like, did I really need that? Did I really,
Yes.
did I really need that?
You don't walk into Five Below knowing what you need. You let Five Below tell you what you need.
On point. Valid statement. I agree. Because I never really need anything. Obviously, we none of us need something in Five Below for the most part, right?
Right.
Girl, I get myself. I remember one time I went to the Cal Allen one. We're gonna talk about this for a second. Girl talk. I went to the Cal Allen one, and my phone, it was when my other phone, you know what that's like. My other phone, when it was always dying,
Yes.
it would not hold a charge. So I didn't have my charger with me. So I went into Five Below. $40 later.
Hey, that's not bad. $40 isn't that
No,
huge of a
all
dent
on
at Five Below.
chargers because I could not figure out which one, and I was ripping the damn boxes so damn bad that where'd you go? You that it wasn't even worth it. So I should have just gone to T-Mobile and
Bought your charger.
bought my charger and spent the same money. I still have chargers that have never been used that are all different shapes and sizes for the C's and I mean, all the stupid shit. Let's just be real. That I was just like, you know what? I really shouldn't be wasting this, but I am so frustrated by that. And I
The
knew they were
charger.
tired of me. Yeah, I mean, I kept going in and just purchasing another one, and then just purchasing, and I knew what I was doing.
I liked that you walked in, bought one, walked out, tried it, had to walk back in, buy a new one, buy.
Mhm. Oh yeah. That's when and I haven't been there probably 6 months, 8 months. No, I was so mad that $5 turned into $40 worth of chargers. I was buying the little port thing. I was buying the cords. I was just trying to figure out which one would fit the car. But when I would open it, the packages were so stupidly packaged that it was ripping it apart. You can't take that in, or I wouldn't purchase it. So if I wouldn't purchase it, why would I take it back in for them to try to sell it and just keep
That's true.
drawing?
That's
So,
true.
but we solved the problem. We got a new phone.
We did.
It took months later, but
Hmm. We got a
that
new
broke me.
phone.
I haven't been back to that
Five Below.
not since. They
Well,
got
it's a good thing.
$40 from me, and they
It's
ain't
a good
getting
thing
no
you won't
more.
have to, because now we'll have one in inside the city.
Okay, but here, okay, again, no different than Target, girl. In a city of
True.
300,000 people,
True.
we have one Target until
Uh,
recently.
I was
Until
like, technically,
recently, they moved to Portland, and they have
which is still
one.
a drive.
Exactly. And how many people in Corpus on the south side, on the island, even on the west side, are going to drive over the bridge to go to Portland to do it? So we have one target. Let's just be real. We have one target for 300 plus thousand people in this town. Where's the problem here? So
Listen, we're
that's my
growing slowly but surely. Before we get too far into this, I do hockey obviously is my sport, so I'm gonna talk about it every chance I get. We spoke about Johnny Gaudreau.
point.
Unfortunately, him and his brother losing their lives way too young due to a drunk driver. He played for the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Okay.
The Columbus Blue Jackets had their home opener on Tuesday, and I'm gonna cry talking about it. Um, and they had mentioned that they were gonna do some stuff to like honor his memory and everything. Girl, the things they did. Um, First and foremost, they put a 13 on the ice. So it's literally, so I don't know, you've never obviously seen ice rinks be done and everything.
Mm-mm.
Um, so they have I think it's not vinyl, but it's I'm calling it vinyl. They have a 13, they put it behind the net and then they coated ice over it. So it's gonna stay there the entire season. Secondly, they played the Florida Panthers, which was emotional to begin with because Matthew
Mm-mm.
Tkachuk, who was part of the Florida Panthers, who unfortunately couldn't be at this game, which was definitely probably hard for him, was a close friend of Johnny. So they all arrived to the game with purple Gatorade and Skittles, which were Johnny's favorite snacks. So they
It's
hopped
a
off the
brotherhood. It's a
It
brotherhood.
really is. They hopped off the bus. Every single player had that. And then during warm-ups, every single player wore the number 13 jersey with Gaudreau on the back.
Wow.
So they did that. They also had a 10-minute, which is, first of all, if you ever sat somewhere for 10 minutes, it's a lifetime, video montage of photos from the lives of Johnny and Matthew, which probably
Oh, they're
wasn't a dry
family.
ice. They
Yeah.
are. They played it on the video board, and then both teams took to the ice for a 5-minute video tribute. Um, and then following that, a banner was raised, commemorating Johnny to the rafters. So it has Gaudreau 13, and it has the years, his birth year and his unfortunately death year. Um, but what was really, I think, monumental, um, and what a remarkable way to honor this man.
Oh my
Just,
gosh, don't make
I'm
me
gonna start crying.
cry.
Um, so during the opening face-off, Columbus took to the ice with 4 players. 5 players are typically always on the ice when they start, unless there's a power play or a penalty kill, whatever. So they left the left wing open, which is what his position was, to start the game off. So they did the face off. Sean Monahan, who got traded to Columbus and came to Columbus to play with Johnny, mind you,
Mm.
um, took the face off and then slapped the puck to the left where Johnny would have been. And then
Oh,
the Florida wing, who was Sam Bennett, who was also they played on Calgary together, um, settled the puck in that spot where he was supposed to be standing, and they let the clock run for 13 seconds.
Mm. You're mentally exhausting me.
It gets better.
Okay. And there's more.
And there's more. But this, like, this is they did a whole bunch of stuff. They have like a little area set up with all of like the mementos and everything that fans brought and everything. Monahan, who is his friend, scored a goal to put the Blue Jackets ahead in the second period. He fell to the ice and then immediately got up and pointed to the banner.
Mm-mm. There
It
wasn't
was,
a dry.
oh, not a dry eye. Like I was watching it and I was like sobbing. Because like
But
they
that's like
just
I do on the Hall of Fame when I watch the football hall when they're being inducted into the with their yellow jackets and stuff. I'm always like,
no,
"Ah."
but like no, it truly is like I think it kind of really hit everybody. Like this
Is
man
it
who loved the sport will not be here anymore. And it was definitely it was rough. His family was in attendance. His dad actually was on the ice with the team Monday night and Tuesday morning for practice. So it was definitely kind of very, I think, therapeutic for the
right?
family, but
Oh,
also
I'm
for the
sure.
team.
They probably haven't even had a chance to come down yet. Like,
Yeah, so it was a very emotional home opener. Um, just but I
overall,
think they did it brilliantly.
love it. I love it. Well, unfortunately, tragedy. Unfortunate tragedy, but I'm glad that they were well respected
Yeah.
and honored the way that they were, because I know that when a family has to share their loved ones with the world or with the sports world or the hockey world or the football world or
Yeah.
take a toll on them, and so they haven't, probably they've tried to deal with the grief privately and really haven't been
Hmm.
able to because of who their boys were. So being in that kind of setting and seeing and allowing everybody to just kind of let it out and work together to heal that.
Yeah.
The broken heart's never going to be completely healed, but they can find comfort in knowing that their boys were very well respected and
And very well loved. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So
On a happier note, Jake Ottinger, who plays for the Dallas Stars, who's our netminder, who is literally the only jersey that I own, um, just signed an 8-year extension for about $8.25 million a year.
look, how do we get that gig? How do we get that gig?
Well, I don't know if I want to be a goalie in hockey. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to be a goalie. I just want a gig that pays 8.25 million a year.
It was
A
crazy. I'm
year.
happy he's here to stay though. He's a
Okay,
brilliant netminder.
who is it? And I know we probably have to go to our thing. You'll tell me, but who is it that you said that when we go to college game day, if you see him, you're going to lose it?
Which I won't because he's actually going to London to shoot a movie. Glenn Powell.
Okay, but there's also hockey. There's also hockey in.
Yes. UT has a hockey team.
They're going to be playing this weekend there,
They're
correct?
going to be playing this weekend at UT, which is exciting because so UT's playing Georgia, which ironically enough, but it's going to be the first time ever the Hockey House Game of the Week aligns with the college game day.
So where's it going to be at? Where are they going to host their thing? Is it going to be in town too?
Yeah,
Mikayla, we might not come home Saturday night. It might be Sunday. We might have to figure it. We might need to pack a just in case bag.
you're not missing Willie Nelson.
I might. If we can work our way into that game. Yeah,
Yeah,
hey, it's research. I got to learn how to say orange.
Hook 'em horns.
No. Oh no, girl. Not that phrase. The horns. That's it. I don't have to say the other H word. Yeah, no.
But yeah, so that's a pretty cool thing happening.
Oh
But
gosh. Okay.
we
Mm-mm.
could go into this forever, but we do have to move on, but real quick, let's hear a message from our sponsors. Want to know what's going on in Corpus Christi? Make sure you check out cceventscalendar.com. That holds all of the events going on for the entire month. New are added daily. And then again, that is cceventscalendar.com. Okay, a mental health moment of the podcast. I think
Mm.
probably hits pretty close to home. Um,
Yes, I had Mikayla kind of do the mental health moment, and I'm gonna do our little disclaimer. We are not
thank
mental
you.
health experts. We are mental though, so we understand the importance of discussion and open communication, and we want to extend to those that listen to us or watch us on YouTube the opportunity to not feel ashamed about it, to hear a topic and be able to identify with it and seek the resources they need, if it's anxiety, if it's depression, if it's all that. So, our mental health moment today, what are we discussing?
So we're going to be discussing change.
Oh,
So change is fluid when whether it is positive or negative, it happens. Um, it can be big, like a new job, a new relationship, a new city, stepping out of your comfort zone, which we are doing this weekend.
we're both
Um,
doing that this weekend.
or
We're
it
both.
can be something as small as taking a new route to work, um, trying a new coffee shop you just heard about, anything of that nature. Um,
Well, and change is necessary. It's
yeah,
necessary, and it sucks. I'm going to say that it sucks.
mhm.
I don't
It
care how
really
good it
does.
is or how bad it is. Change sucks. But ultimately, the change happens when we're probably needing it the most and not realizing it. And it makes us react to the world around us differently. I'm for me, just that part of it. I'm a pretty private person. I have my circle for the most part that I trust. Some have betrayed that trust, and so the circle gets kind of smaller. But what I'm with that part of it, it just when you're going through changes, for me, one of my
Hmm.
things is to close off and not close off everybody, but kind of just I don't want to talk about it and dwell on it. I want to just figure out what the reasons are in my head and the solutions, if that makes sense. I'm not one of the girls that has to go and sit down and talk for hours about the problem. It's like, but that's also negative because I close people off, right?
Hmm.
So it's a double-edged sword, and I've had to kind of learn to figure out that balance.
Yeah, and then for me personally, like change, it's taken me a long time to like become self-aware of it. It
Hmm.
definitely causes a spike in my anxiety.
Yeah,
Whether it is a good change or a just a not so great change.
right.
It's definitely something that just kind of gets me more anxious, and I'm definitely a completely different person. I get a little bit more hyper focused. I get a little snippy. But it's also really funny because if it's like a immediate emergency change, like I am the most calm person in this room,
Right.
which my mom has like discussed that with me because like she'll be like freaking out about something, whether it's like health or something, and I'm over there like calm as a cucumber. Doesn't mean my anxiety is not racing. It just means that
Right.
at that point, at that moment, my anxiety is making me hyper focus on what needs to be done, how can I fix it. Um, but stuff like little changes or anything like that, like it definitely causes some anxiety in me. Um, but obviously there's always some tips and tricks to help ease that change or help combat it when it is messing up with your mental health. The biggest thing is remembering why. Why
Mhm.
is it a change? Is it a good thing? You're getting a new job. You getting is that exactly what you're doing? Are you getting better hours, better pay, a better work environment? Um, is it better for your health? Um, if
Yeah,
you
it's and sometimes we don't know if the change is good because we're going through it.
Yeah.
I recently went through some changes personally with employment and things like that, and just the way I was looking at things. And I can tell you that I got hyper focused on certain things and kind of just threw, I don't want to say threw other things by the wayside, but I prioritized what was important and what wasn't. And what I needed to really focus on and not focus on.
Yeah.
Um, I'm a one of my hashtags is always be the change you want to see. And that does require stepping out of your comfort zone. And for me, I pretty well can adapt and overcome. But when change happens that I feel is disappointing or disheartening or sad or, whatever, I really struggle with it. I really do. And it messes with my mental health because it's like, what more,
Hmm.
but just flowing with the change and just being like, I can't control this or I can't control that. I can only do this or I can only do that to keep my own anxiety down. Because when
Yeah.
I didn't even identify that I had, and I think I shared this with you before, anxiety till a few years ago,
Hmm.
because I'd never had it that bad to where I couldn't breathe or where I was getting a panic
An
attack.
anxiety
And
attack. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it was weird to me. And so now I don't like the feeling so much that I really try to keep myself calm. What's the solution so we can hurry up and fix it?
Yeah.
Uh, Move towards those changes, right?
Yeah. Well, also when there is change going on in your life, your support system's gonna be your best bet. Whether it's a group of friends, your family member, my dog is my support a lot of the times. Um,
He don't
but
talk back.
nope, she just stares at me and says, "Okay, mom, that's okay. Let me just cuddle you with you. You'll be fine." Um,
Hmm.
but even if you're going through something that you don't want your friends to know about, there's plenty of groups, whether it's Facebook or health groups or something that you can join, to get some sort of support around you so you're not going through this alone. And then also congratulate yourself once you've made that change and once you've gotten through that change. Tell yourself so. Whether it's, oh, I tried this new coffee shop and it wasn't so bad. Good job, Mikayla. Oh, well, I took
Right.
this route and I had to go on the highway because when I first started driving, the highway was the absolute biggest scare for me, even though it's literally just one lane in our city.
You would have
Good
never
job.
made it in Dallas Fort Worth.
Oh, I definitely never would have. I've had to drive there once this past January to go to a hockey game by myself. It was the worst thing ever. But I did it. And I said, good job, Mikayla. You did it. Like,
Good
you
job,
actually
Michaela.
drove. Also,
It-
finding the
it-
AAC, which is a monster in itself, and finding
oh, yeah.
parking is a
Oh, yeah.
task. And I was
Yep.
running late, so my anxiety was already like spiking because I hate running late. It's you're on time or you're early.
That's
Um,
funny. One
but
of the
yeah.
things, yeah, and the whole thing it's about. I came up with a slogan, and it's not even a slogan, but it was like imperfect progress is better than no progress. So if I identify something that um has that's a little bit of a change,
Hmm.
even if it's like Dr. Pepper breaking the habit of that change to a Diet Coke, if I do it once in the day, that's progress because
No, it is.
there's times that I don't ever drink anything but Dr. Pepper. And not that
Yeah.
it's better for Diet Coke, but it's not as much sugar. So, but girl, we gotta go. Oh, we you
We
know us.
do.
We end up
We've talked people's ears off enough. But yeah, so remember, change can be good. Just remember that. Real quick before we close out though, I feel like this is pretty fitting. In 2009, for our Today in Sports moment, quarterback Tom Brady throws 5 second quarter touchdowns against the Tennessee Titans, an NFL record for touchdown passes in 1 quarter.
let me tell you something. 2009, I didn't like Tom Brady. I can tell you that right now. He's only grown on me in the past couple of years. And one tidbit fact about Tom Brady is that when he went to file his divorce, or Giselle went to file the divorce with him, she found out that he didn't own any assets, that they were all put in his mom's name. So she walked away with nothing.
That's funny.
That became kind of a goat to me. I'm like, dude, you were pretty smart about that.
But yeah, so obviously we're Corpus girls. We live, well,
Speak for your.
you're okay, you live here. You've
Okay,
lived here the
yes.
past couple of
I'm a
years.
resident for 10
you're
years. Yes.
exactly. You're corporate. You've been adopted into the
Am I
Corpus
a
game.
local yet? Am I a local yet? What
Yes.
constitutes being a local? Having the address or having the cell phone number?
I think having the address.
But there's so many people that rent condos for months on end, and they have a house here and a house home.
Okay,
Okay,
those are called Winter Texans, and those are different. Anyway,
we
so Corpus has a really cool event happening this weekend. It's called Jazz Fest, and it's happening all weekend. So if you want some cool jazz music, they also have some good food. It's just a really fun atmosphere downtown that if you want to take part of it, take part in it, go have a blast. Also, we have a legend coming to Corpus.
and Mikayla, we got to get back for him. We got
You're
to.
the one over here saying, "Oh, maybe we won't make it back."
Well, I mean, we're gonna pack a just in case bag, just in case. Willie Nelson
Willie Nelson is coming to Corvus, yeah, which is exciting in so many ways.
in
But
so many ways.
he will be in town on Saturday. So those are two fun things happening in Corpus this weekend. But we gotta go. So this is Mikayla.
This is Melina.
And remember, sports are for girls too.
Are you looking to grow your business and increase your brand visibility? Become a sponsor with the Girl Talk Sports Talk podcast. Our sponsorship opportunities offer you a unique chance to connect with our dedicated fan base and community. Let us help you elevate your business name and reach new heights. Contact Melina or Mikayla today to learn more about how you can get involved and make a lasting impact. Join us and watch your business thrive.